Hi.
Hi.
Okay, wait. Okay, so hi Daniel, how are you today?
I'm great.
Okay, by the way, what did you do today?
Um, I just learned homework. I'm sorry. Just did some homework all the time. The homeworks are really hard.
I know you're a smart one, so I know
Yes.
you can make your homework easily. So by the way, how many homeworks do you have?
Uh, there three, but there are two very long. And
Ah,
they're not just simple questions. There are so many questions, and the questions are really difficult.
but did you able to answer it all?
Yes, of course.
Oh wow, that's amazing. And what happened to you at school today?
Um, Today is Vietnamese Women's Day, so I had gave some presents for my teacher.
And how about your
My,
mom?
my teacher loves my present.
Oh,
I actually I make a video and then I sent to my mom for Vietnamese Women's Day, and she was so happy.
wow. Really? Wow.
Actually,
Amazing.
in my class, my teacher make a project, and we need to make a video that thanks to our mom
Thanking to your mom.
in Vietnamese Women's Day, and today my mom saw it, and my mom was very happy.
Wow. Well, amazing. So, wow. Okay. So, it's a yes. My previous student also told me that it is your Women's National Day today. So, she showed me a lot of cards
Yes.
that she made for her mom. And and what gifts did you give to your teacher?
Um, I gave some flowers and a pink teddy bear.
Oh wow, is it a big teddy bear or a small one?
Uh, it's a normal one, not too small and not too big.
Ah, it's cute. Wow, how romantic you are. Wow. Okay. So let us start with our lesson for today. Okay, so today, okay, so we had stopped last part on the speaking part. I mean, I think we stopped at the seventh page, but we will continue that one after. I mean, next meeting, I guess. Okay, so we will continue that one next meeting because I have to try all the material. So now we will gonna take the listening test. Okay,
Okay.
and the next meeting there it will be the writing, and we will go back to the speaking part, which where we stop.
Okay.
Okay, okay, very good. Oh, did I give you an assignment? Did I give you an assignment last time?
Uh, I thought the last time you taught me that you gave me three tens. One is
Oh
subject plus,
yes.
and I need to write each tense 5 sentence.
Mm-mm. Did you
I write,
had it? Uh okay. So you have to read it to me. Okay.
okay,
So Danielle, this is what. Can I ask you a favor? So every time, if I will give you an assignment, so you should remind me on our next class because
okay.
I forgot most of the time.
I always write the homework in the notebook, so I will never forget it.
Yeah, so that's great because I just put some colors on my notes to know that I give you an assignment, but I am not really sure if it is you who I gave an assignment before. Okay. So let's before we start our new lesson for today, so let's start with your assignment.
Okay.
Okay, you read it.
So the first tense, that subject plus was or were plus verb ed.
Mm-mm.
I wrote 5 sentences. Too easy. I don't think that is too complicated,
Oh
but it
wow.
is simple question. Like your example,
Mm-mm.
first sentence that I was sad. The second one, he was happy. Third one, she was angry.
Mm-mm.
The fourth one, we were sad. And the fifth one, they were angry.
Yes. Okay. That's
Next
too
one,
easy.
the second tense, subject plus was, were, and plus verb ing. The the first sentence, I was learning. The second one, he was playing football. The third one, she was cooking eggs. The fourth one, we were learning. And the fifth one, they were watching TV. The
Okay,
third
next.
tense, subject plus plus participle. What the first one, I had ate some eggs. The second one, he had finished his homework. The third one, she had cooked some rice. The fourth one, we had played football. And the fifth one, they had watched the film.
Wow, very good. Amazing. Okay. Oh, you remind me of someone. Okay. So the assignment is really easy, but then you were able to do it perfectly. Wow, great job. Okay, so let's start with our lesson for today. Can you see my screen, Daniel?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so let's have the KET listening. So the Cambridge English key listening paper has 5 parts. For each part, you have to listen to a recorded text or text and answer some questions. You hear each recording twice. Okay, so time allowed about 30 minutes. So listening part one, picture with multiple choice questions. Listening part two, longer conversation and matching. Listening part three, multiple choice. Listening part four, fill in a form. And five is fill in a form again, scoring. Okay, so this will be the scoring. Okay, so how to prepare for KET listening. So read the instructions carefully before you start each section. Read the questions before you listen. You will hear the audio twice. Listen, the more English you listen to, the better you will do. Listen to the radio, English language TV, podcast. Learn how letters and numbers are pronounced. Okay, so let's learn the vocabulary. So the first one here is
Terrible,
okay, what is terrible? You read very.
unpleasant, making you feel very unhappy, upset, or frightened.
Okay, very good. Why did you feel unhappy?
What?
Why do we feel unhappy, or why do we feel terrible?
Let me see. Like I I can't explain.
Because maybe there's something wrong, or there's something happened bad that
Yes.
make us feel terrible or make us feel unpleasant. Okay. Now, give me a sentence with the use of the word terrible.
Um, I have a terrible day.
Oh, yes, very good. So you have a terrible day. Correct. Number
But
two.
not a terrible day today.
Hmm?
But I'm not have a terrible day today.
Oh, I don't have a terrible day today. Okay. So this
Yes.
will, okay. So okay, don't be sad about that. Okay. I just had a terrible day. Oh, but not my life. Ah,
Okay.
okay. Okay, next, number two is
Traffic
the vehicles. You read the meaning.
that are on a road at a particular time.
Okay, very good. Okay, so the vehicles that are on a road or a particular time. Okay, okay. So how about you? Do you struggling traffic every day when you go to school? Do you also struggle traffic? Or do you experience traffic? Yes. So is
Yes.
your school far from your house?
Oh, really far.
How many
16
minutes?
kilometers. 16 kilometers.
16 kilometers. Ah, it's a bit far, so it will take at least 25 to 30 minutes if it is not traffic. But if it is traffic, so it will take longer.
1 hour.
Ah, okay. Okay, next is
Clerk, a person whose job is to keep the records or accounts in an office, shop, store, etc.
it's etc.
Okay.
Okay, so every time you read this one, it's etc. Okay, so how about your mom? What is your mom's job?
Um, I I know my mom's job in a Vietnamese language, but I can't explain my mom's job in English because
What does she
like
do? What does she do?
like wait me.
Okay.
Let me see. Um, I ah wait. She is doing a job like under the manager.
Under the manager, assistant, is she an assistant manager?
Ah, yes,
Assistant manager?
yes, 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 yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, very, oh, okay. So now, clerk. So a person whose job is to keep the records or accounts in an office, shop, or store. So before I engage into teaching, I work on this one. I've been an accounting clerk. Okay, so I was an accounting clerk before. I engage teaching. So I do this job also. I also records on accounts in an office. Okay, so I work in a big office. I mean, a not so big office, but a type B store or office. So I've been doing a lot of things on that time. Compare on this one. Okay, so how about your dad's job? What's your father's job? Is he an
Um,
engineer?
why did you know that?
I am just guessing.
Yes, he is an engineer.
Ah, because most of my students, their father are engineers too. And one of my student is her mother is a CPA or a certified public accountant. And another one is an English I mean it's a teacher, but not an English but not an English teacher. The other one is a manager.
Uh,
And I guess it's Sophia is the other one is a business owner. Her mother was a business owner, and I forgot Sophia's mom. I guess she's working in an office too, and yours is an assistant manager. And most of them, I think it's three or two or three of them, their father are an engineer. So I just tried to guess yours. Wow. Okay, next is number four. What is number four?
local, belonging
It's
to or
belonging. This one is belonging.
belonging to or connected with the particular place or area that you are talking about or with the place where you live.
Okay, so local. So when you live on that place, you're being called as local. But when you live on that place and for just like uh, mm, you were called local when you are living on a particular area for a long time. Okay, so it's for a long time. But what do you call on those people who just visits on your place? What do you call on them? Most especially if they are came from other country, what do you call to them? Are do you call them local too?
Let me see. I just think about some words that like similar to them, but I don't really know.
Okay, so it's foreigner. The foreigner. Okay, so if some people are not from your place, but they were able to visit on that place for at least 3 or 4 days, so they were called, and most especially if they are came from other country, so it is a foreigner or foreign
Okay.
people. Mm-mm. Okay, so because you were called local because you are living there for a long time. So you know very well about that place because you live there for a long time. Unlike to those people who were new to your um place, so they were called as visitor or visitor if they came from if they for example you live in the city and these people are went into your city but they live in the other cities, so they were just called as visitor, but you cannot call them as local people because they are not they didn't live in your place for a long time. But in general, okay, in general, you can call yourself as local even though if you came from different city. But if we use the word Vietnam, like if it is your whole country, Okay, all of you were local people in Vietnam. But if there were other people who came into your place, so that cannot be called as local. They are called foreigners or visitors. Okay,
Okay.
is it clear?
Okay.
Okay, very good. Next to it is
Clever, quick at learning and understanding things.
just like you. You're a clever man, Daniel.
Thank you.
Okay, number six.
Go for a drive.
Okay, again, how old are you?
I'm 9.
Oh, 9. Do you know how to drive a bike?
Yes, of course.
How about a motorcycle or a motorbike?
Oh my god. I'm too young.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're too young. Do you think you're too young to drive a motorbike or a motorcycle?
Of course, too young.
Okay. So when you reach here in my country, you can see some of at your age who were already driving motorcycle. But they cannot drive, of course, in a town, so they can just drive mo- um, motorcycle near at at their house. But and also me, I learned how to drive a motorcycle when I was 11 years old.
Oh,
Yeah, it's still young. Okay, next to it is
opposite. On the other side of a particular area for somebody or something and usually facing them.
okay. So it's we already know about this one because we usually encountered this word every day. Okay, next to it is
Absolutely used
emphasize.
to
Emphasize.
emphasize that something is completely true.
Okay, so absolutely, that's true. Okay, so absolutely. Um, I see them walking to. I see them walking together like this. So it's completely true. It's real.
Mm,
Okay. Okay. Any question on this part?
no more
Okay. Very
because
good. Because
um you explain them really like really good. So I have no questions for you.
thank you. Okay. So if you have any questions, okay, so you have to ask me. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that we can clarify that. Okay, so let's have the part one. So for questions 1 to 5, so you will hear 5 short conversations. So you will hear each conversation twice. There is one question for each conversation. For questions 1 to 5, put a tick under the right answer. Okay, so for
Okay.
example, like this one. What time is it? So it's okay. Let's listen to the example first.
This is the key English test. Paper 2. Listening. Test number 1. There are 5 parts to the test. Parts 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5.
Look at the instructions for part 1. You will hear 5 short conversations. You will hear each conversation twice. There is one question for each conversation. For questions 1 to 5, put a tick under the right answer. Here is an example. Example. What time is it?
Excuse me, can you tell me the time?
Yes, it's 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's continue.
This is the key English.
Oh, so let's continue now. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Now we are ready to start. Look at question 1. 1. What have they forgotten?
I've got the passports here.
And the tickets are in my bag.
What about the camera?
Oh no! I've left it at home. And I really wanted to take some holiday photos.
Question
Now
1
listen
is
again.
B.
Tick,
I've got
tick.
the passports here.
You can put a tick. Okay, like this one. If your answer is A, like that.
I don't know how to tick.
Okay, okay. So if you cannot tick, okay. So can you see the annotate part? Annotate. Have you seen the annotate? Okay, so I will. Mm, have you
Okay,
seen?
yes.
Okay, and then click the mouse, select text or draw. Okay, you can use the draw or stamp. There is a stamp like this one. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, try it. Oh, that one. Ah, wow. Okay, let's continue now. Oh,
And the tickets are in my bag.
What about the camera?
Oh no! I've left it at home. And I really wanted to take some holiday photos. Two. What time does the train go?
Hurry up, we'll be late.
What time does the train go?
At 6:15. We've got to leave in 10 minutes.
I'm nearly ready.
Now listen again.
Hurry up, we'll be late.
What time does the train go?
At 6:15. We've got to leave in 10 minutes.
I'm nearly ready.
Three. Where is room 22?
Can you tell me the way to room 22?
Well, go straight down here, and it's the second door on the right.
Do I have to go through the main hall?
No, it's the door on the right just before you get to the main hall. Now listen again.
Can you tell me the way to room 22?
Well, go straight down here, and it's the second door on the right.
Do I have to go through the main hall?
No, it's the door on the right just before you get to the main hall. Four. Which man wants to see him?
Which man wants to see me?
The one over there wearing a hat.
The one with glasses.
No, not him. The other one.
Now listen again.
Which man wants to see me?
The one over there wearing a hat.
The one with glasses.
No, not him. The other one.
Five. How did the woman get to work?
Oh, the traffic's terrible today.
Yes, it took me 40 minutes by bus.
Well, I drove and it took me an hour.
An hour? It's probably quicker by bicycle.
Now listen again.
Oh, the traffic's terrible today.
Yes, it took me 40 minutes by bus.
Well, I drove and it took me an hour.
An hour? It's probably quicker by bicycle.
Okay, I finish.
This is the end of part 1.
Okay, so that's the end of the part one. So let's check your answer. What have they forgotten? Oh,
Now we are ready to start.
okay, so it's the camera. What does the train go? What time does the train go? Wait, wait, Daniel. Okay, so it's letter A. Number 3, correct. Number 4, correct. Oh, how did the woman get to work? Okay, you heard the bike and the car. That is why you were confused. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so now let's have the part 2 questions. So part 2 questions, it has 6 to 10. Listen to Paul talking to a friend about his family. What does each person do? For questions 6 to 10, write a letter A to H next to a person. So you will hear the conversation twice. Okay, like for example, this one. So Sally, the answer is H. Okay, you have also to write, you're going to write the letters too. Is it okay with you?
And I have to write the letter.
Okay. You can use the draw again. So for example, B. Okay,
No,
A.
I use the text one.
Oh, okay, it's fine. You can use that. Okay? You're so fast learner. Okay, let's start. Are you ready?
Yes.
Now look at part 2. Listen to Paul talking to a friend about his family. What does each person do? For questions 6 to 10, write a letter, A to H, next to each person. You will hear the conversation twice.
Tell me about your family, Paul.
Well, you know Sally, my sister, the writer, don't you?
Yes. Is she your only sister?
She is, but I've got 2 brothers. David's older than me and Bill's younger.
How old is Bill?
He's 19. He's studying French in Paris at the moment.
Well, that sounds interesting. And David, what does he do?
Oh, he's a teacher, the same as my mother was, but she finished working last year.
And what about your father?
Oh, he's a doctor at the local hospital.
Ah, of course. I've seen him there.
My mother says he works too hard. She wants him to stop. She wants to go and live on a farm in the country near David.
Are you a doctor too, Paul?
I'm not clever enough. I work in a bank, the one in the high street next to the bookshop.
Do you? So does my sister.
Now listen again.
Tell me about your family, Paul.
Well, you know Sally, my sister, the writer, don't you?
Yes. Is she your only sister?
She is, but I've got 2 brothers. David's older than me and Bill's younger.
How old is Bill?
He's 19. He's studying French in Paris at the moment.
Well, that sounds interesting. And David, what does he do?
Oh, he's a teacher, the same as my mother was, but she finished working last year.
And what about your father?
Oh, he's a doctor at the local hospital.
Ah, of course. I've seen him there.
My mother says he works too hard. She wants him to stop. She wants to go and live on a farm in the country near David.
Are you a doctor too, Paul?
I'm not clever enough. I work in a bank, The one in the high street next to the bookshop.
Do you? So does my sister.
Okay.
This is the end of part 2.
Okay, so that's the end of part 2. Let's check your answer. Oh,
Now look at part...
okay, correct. It's F, G, E, B, and A. Wow, you did great. Amazing job. Okay, so this is the transcript. Okay, so let's read the transcript. Okay, so I'll be the female and you'll be Paul. Okay, so tell me about your family, Paul.
Well, you know Sally, my sister, the writer, don't you?
Yes, is she your only sister?
She is, but I've got two brothers. David's older than me and Bill's younger.
How old is Bill?
He's 19. He studies French in Paris at the moment.
That sounds interesting. And David, what did he do?
Oh, he's a teacher, the same as my mother was, but she finished working last year.
And what about your father?
Oh, he's a doctor at the local hospital.
Of course, I've seen him there. I've seen him there.
My mother says he works too hard. She wants him to stop. She wants to go and live on a farm in the country near David.
Are you a doctor too, Paul?
I'm not clever enough. I'm work in the bank, the one in the high street next to the bookshop.
Okay, that's great. Very good. Okay. So now let's have the part 3. So questions 11 to 15. Okay, so listen to Eric talking to Mary about the weekend. So their friend Carlos is coming to visit them. For questions 11 to 15, take A, B, or C. So you will hear the conversation twice. Okay, so
Now
let's
look at
listen to
part 3.
example.
Eric and Mary are talking about the weekend. Their friend Carlos is coming to visit them. For questions 11 to 15, tick A, B, or C. You will hear the conversation twice. Look at questions 11 to 15 now. You have 20 seconds. Now listen to the conversation.
Mary, what do you want to do at the weekend, when Carlos comes?
Well, Eric, I must go shopping on Saturday morning.
He hates shopping.
Okay, so what does Carlos hate?
A.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's continue in the part 2.
Now listen to the conversation.
Mary, what do you want to do at the weekend, when Carlos comes?
Well, Eric, I must go shopping on Saturday morning.
He hates shopping. But we could go to the museum and then meet you for lunch.
Fine. What shall we do in the afternoon?
There's a good football match on. Carlos will like that.
Okay. Do you want to eat at home in the evening?
What about going to a restaurant? We haven't been to that Italian one for months.
Or we could try that new Chinese one.
Okay, let's do that. Now, what about Sunday?
If we get up early on Sunday, we could go for a drive in the countryside.
Yes. And we could have lunch in a pub somewhere.
Yes, the one near the river's nice. Shall we go to the cinema after lunch?
We can't. His train's at 4 o'clock, and I'll have to take him back to the station.
Now listen again.
Mary, what do you want to do at the weekend, when Carlos comes?
Well, Eric, I must go shopping on Saturday morning.
He hates shopping. But we could go to the museum, and then meet you for lunch.
Fine. What shall we do in the afternoon?
There's a good football match on. Carlos will like that.
Okay. Do you want to eat at home in the evening?
What about going to a restaurant? We haven't been to that Italian one for months.
Or we could try that new Chinese one.
Okay, let's do that. Now, what about Sunday?
If we get up early on Sunday, we could go for a drive in the countryside.
Yes. And we could have lunch in a pub somewhere.
Yes, the one near the river's nice. Shall we go to the cinema after lunch?
We can't. His train's at 4 o'clock, and I'll have to take him back to the station.
Okay.
This is the end of part 3.
Okay, so this is the end of part 3. So when is the football match? Okay, so when?
Be Saturday afternoon.
Okay, let's...
Now
Okay, correct. Correct. Number 13 is correct. And 14 is correct. 15 is correct too. Wow. Okay, so let's read this conversation. So you are Eric and I am Mary.
Mary, what do you want to do at the weekend when Carlos comes?
Well, Eric, I must go shopping on Saturday morning.
He hates shopping, but we could go to the museum then meet you for lunch.
Fine. What shall we do in the afternoon?
There's a good football match on. Carlos will like that.
Okay, do you want to eat at home in the evening?
What about going to a restaurant? We have been to that Italian one for months.
We haven't been to that Italian one for a month, okay? Or we could try that new Chinese one.
Okay, let's do that. Now, what about Sunday?
If we get up early on Sunday, we could go for a drive in the countryside.
Yes, and we could have lunch in a pub somewhere.
Yes, the one near the river is nice. Shall we go to the cinema after lunch?
We can't. His train's at 4 o'clock, and I'll have to take him back to the station.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we were gonna stop on this part, Daniel, because we are running out of time. So maybe we can continue it next time. So do you have any questions?
No.
No. Okay. So you're going to write for your assignment, write a paragraph, okay, about what will you do on weekends? What do you usually do on weekends? Okay, write a paragraph about that.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, so thank you so much, Danielle. So see you on Thursday. Bye bye and good night.
Bye bye.